WLNS is here for you with 6 News at 11.
Copy a pursuit, being 55, traffic light going northbound.
Deputies ended a chase in Livingston County with a pit maneuver over the weekend, but when the cars came to a stop, the real emergency began. It's our top story at 11. Thank you for joining us. I'm Siobhan Klepfer.
And I'm Sherry Jones. It happened around 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon in Marion Township, that's south of the city of Howell.
A deputy spotted a car driven by a 39-year-old man from nearby Hamburg Township who had multiple felony warrants. The deputy tried to pull him over, but the driver refused to stop, kicking off the chase. After calling for backup, the deputy spotted the car, stopped the car with a pit maneuver, which involves accelerating to push the back end of a vehicle, causing them to spin out. It worked, but officials say the deputy then found the driver had used a knife to cut his own neck. The deputy bandaged the wound and kept the man alive until EMS could arrive, and the driver was taken to U of M Hospital, where he went into emergency surgery.
The mother of the Oxford High School shooter is accusing prosecutors of biasing the media and secretly subverting court orders during her own trial.
Those accusations were part of a new court filing seeking the release of Jennifer Crumbley.
She and her husband were separately convicted of involuntary manslaughter for providing their son with a gun he used to kill 4 people at Oxford High School in November of 2021. Our media partners at MLive report Crumbley's attorneys claim her conviction was tainted when prosecutors discussed the case with the media and allowed ABC access to pretrial preparations. Prosecutors counter that what the media produced was not made public until after the trial, meaning it could not have tainted the jury.
The death toll in the wildfires near Los Angeles has risen to 24 people, and dozens of others are still missing tonight.
As Danya Backus reports, fire officials are changing their strategy as more strong winds are predicted in the region.
From an outlook over the Palisades, firefighters survey the scarred landscape and prepare for the next major battle against the catastrophic Los Angeles wildfires. Powerful Santa Ana winds are expected to kick up again, possibly triggering new fires and hampering recent progress in containing the devastating blazes.
As the increasing wind event is upon us as we speak, the Los Angeles City Fire Department has maximized our resource capabilities and response capabilities.
President Biden and senior administration officials, including Vice President Kamala Harris, held a briefing on the crisis in Southern California.
We have no higher priority than the safety of you folks in Los Angeles. We're going to keep doing everything possible to help you get through this.
More than 15,000 firefighters are now in place, compared to fewer than 1,500 when the fire started. Hundreds of evacuees and volunteers gathered at Santa Anita Park in Arcadia, where a grassroots donation center was set up a few miles south of the Eaton fire zone. CBS News has obtained video of this 8-acre blaze on New Year's Eve. It's in the same area where the Palisades fire exploded. Firefighters noted the connection.
The foot of the fire started real close to where the last fire was on New Year's Eve.
Officials said they have not ruled out whether embers from that fire reignited. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
A federal judge cleared the way today for one of the 2 federal case files against President-elect Donald Trump to be released to the public.
The district judge's block on that release of that file will expire at noon tomorrow.
Yeah, the file set for release covers the investigation into then-President Trump's attempts to overturn Joe Biden's win and transfer of power in the 2020 election. The other file, which is still being withheld from the public, focuses on the other federal case against Mr. Trump, accusing him of illegally mishandling classified documents during and after his time in office and lying about them to investigators. While Mr. Trump's re-election as president guarantees he will not be prosecuted for those actions, 2 of his staffers are still facing charges, and the Justice Department does not plan to release the file while those cases are ongoing.
And speaking of the new Trump administration, the recently seated Senate plans to hold confirmation hearings this week for more than a dozen of his cabinet nominees.
But as Rashad Hudson reports tonight, it might not be smooth sailing for all of them since the Republican majority is slim.
President-elect Donald Trump's pick for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth will be in the hot seat Tuesday. Lawmakers will have a chance to question him during his confirmation hearing, including about allegations of sexual misconduct, excessive drinking, and financial mismanagement, which Hegseth denies.
He will be ripped, but we're going to get him across the finish line.
Alabama Republican Senator Tommy Tuberville says he stands with Hegseth.
I'm here today to tell you I'm 110% behind Pete Hegseth.
Tuberville brought over 100 veterans together in D.C. Monday to rally behind Trump's pick to lead the Pentagon.
The only way to transcend politics is service and sacrifice.
We don't need a general from the Pentagon. We've tried that. We need a drill sergeant.
Now that Hegseth's FBI background check is completed, Democrats want it to be made available to the entire committee. Right now, it's only in the hands of the chair and ranking member.
Well, I hope other Republicans will step forward with the similar concerns.
Illinois Democratic Senator Tammy Duckworth says Hegseth doesn't have the needed qualifications.
If you just look at his work experience, the largest organization that I can find that he's ever run was a platoon.
13 cabinet picks will face confirmation hearings this week. Reporting in Washington, Rashad Hudson.
Back here in Michigan, the state agriculture department has completed its efforts to monitor the spotted lanternfly for the 2024 season.
Now, they found the insect is spreading in areas where it was known to exist, but also recorded new sightings in Macomb and Lenawee counties.
The spotted lanternfly is an invasive pest from East Asia that has been spreading throughout the eastern part of the country since 2014. It prefers to feed on tree of heaven, which is also invasive, but it also damages native plants like grapevines, black walnut, birch, willow, and red maple. The state wants anyone who sees a spotted lanternfly in any stage of its life to make note of the date, time, and location and report them to the Agriculture Department.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
It's obviously very cold out there tonight, and we're going to see a warm up later this week. But the bad news is we've got even colder weather on the way as we head into next week. Long range temperature outlook, most of the U.S., with the exception of maybe portions of California, going to see well below average temperatures. And it doesn't really change much through the 27th of January. So this has been and will continue to be a very cold month. Additional snowfall tonight through tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock. That's when our advisory expires. 1 to 3 inches of snow. Notice over towards Hastings and westward, 3, 4, 5 inches of accumulation, and even more lake effect will fall in those areas beyond that. So we look out across the state, snowfall will just be starting to pick up in the northern portions of lower Michigan and the UP, where we could see probably double-digit snowfalls from some pretty intense lake effect. But for us, our lake effect, thankfully, will start to shut down tomorrow. Satellite and radar tonight, there's the lake effect that we have out there. It doesn't look all that bad, but it is causing some problems. As you can see on the McLaren cam, visibility reduced a bit with a heavier snow shower moving through. Temperatures at 19 degrees. Winds are calm, but we had a gust earlier of 25 miles per hour. In Grand Ledge, light snow falling. Temperature 17 degrees. The peak wind today was up to 29 miles per hour. I was watching the winds earlier. They were getting a little gusty and causing a little blowing on the roadways around the Grand Ledge area. Winds in Jackson at 15, which gives you a wind chill 1 degree below zero. 14 is our current temperature. In Hillsdale, everything fairly light. Temperature at 13 degrees, humidity 80%. Our wind gusts today up to 24 miles per hour. A few other temps sitting in the mid-teens. Warmer spot in St. John's at 18 degrees. Same in Owasso at 17 in Howell, 15 Ann Arbor. Wind chills generally running in the single digits, although a couple locations with wind chills below zero, but everyone else just above the 0 degree mark. That's where we're going to stay tonight and into tomorrow. Precision cast through the morning hours. A little system to our west may help to enhance some of the lake effects, so that's probably our best chance for more significant lake effect snow morning commute time. I know bad timing, but that's when we should see the highest rates of snowfall. As we move through the afternoon, the wind flow breaks down, so I think the lake effect will start to shut down. Maybe a flurry, but also maybe a little sunshine tomorrow evening. As we move into Wednesday, now we start to watch the west. Ahead of this cold front that's taking shape, warmer temperatures will start to push north, certainly by Thursday and Friday. In fact, mid-30s for highs on Friday. Behind this system, Arctic air is once again going to begin to pour back into the region. Tonight's forecast, 10 the overnight low as snow showers continue. Watch out on area roadways. And given the timing tomorrow morning, that's the worst of it. Weather aware day for tomorrow. 15 at noon as snow showers begin to move out. Flurries at 4 o'clock. The 6-day forecast over the weekend, not a lot happening, fairly quiet, although a couple snow showers possible on Saturday. Then next week, temperatures in the teens. Sunday, single-digit highs by Tuesday with lake effect snow showers. Lows Tuesday and Wednesday morning near zero. We could easily drop below zero. A slow, painfully slow warming trend. By next weekend, we're back in the mid-20s.
Wow, Friday and Saturday are looking great, David.
I know. Let's just focus on that, I guess.
Yes, we said the wind hopefully will be slow so that it won't take it below zero.
Yeah, hard to say next week, but I mean, at least initially as that cold air comes in, winds will probably be strong with those, so sub-zero wind chills.
Bundle up. All right, thanks, David. Well, coming up on 6 News at 11, President Biden addressed the State Department today about the importance of U.S. foreign policy and standing by our allies. That's next.
Stay with us. That and much more still to come tonight.